Number 25, winning touchdown from Joe Montana. During the NFC Championship football game between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Montana rose to fame because of his touchdown to Dwight Clark that led to the victory of his team. That catch is known today as one of the most memorable moves ever made in the history of NFL. Number 24, the controversial goal by Diego Maradona. As a professional athlete, Diego Maradona reached the peak of his popularity after an infamous handball that he made during the FIFA World Cup between England and Argentina in 1986. Following that infamous goal, he scored another goal which clinched the victory for his team. That move is known today as the greatest goal in FIFA World Cup history. Number 23, the retirement of the undefeated heavyweight champion. Rocky Marciano is the only heavyweight champion of the world who never came across a loss throughout his career. A boxer from 1952 to 1956, Marciano fought in a total of 49 boxing matches and won all of them, 43 of which by knockouts. Up until today, he is considered as the only heavyweight champion who retired without a record of loss. Number 22, single foot vault. American gymnast Carrie Strug joined the 1996 Olympics and took the limelight after she unintentionally yet successfully pulled off a one-footed vault during her performance. Her first attempt failed after she under-rotated her landing and fell. On her way to the runway for her second attempt, she landed on her good foot and confidently raised her arms in front of the judges. That earned her a 9.712 score and a gold. Number 21, Jackie Robinson's way to Brooklyn Dodgers. Robinson broke the baseball color line when the Brooklyn Dodgers started him at first base on April 15, 1947. He was the first African American to play in the MLB since 1880. Number 20, the Bob Beamon long jump. Bob Beamon successfully set a world record for his long jump, measuring 29.5 inches during the Summer Olympics on October 18, 1968. He broke the existing record at that time by almost 2 feet. His jump, labeled the perfect jump by journalist Dick Schaap, held the record for 23 years until it was broken in 1991. Number 19, the speech of a dying athlete. Lou Gehrig used to play for the New York Yankees from 1925 to 1939, but stopped when he was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS. As he was about to die on July 4, 1939, he stood before around 60,000 of his fans and thanked them for receiving nothing but kindness from them for 17 years that he played, more than 2,000 games. Number 18, the end of Roger Maris's single-season home run record. Roger Maris's spectacular single-season home run was broken in 1998 by Mark McGwire after he had hit a pitch by Steve Traxel of Chicago Cubs over the left field well, making it to his record-breaking 60-second home run. His victory set off grand celebrations at Busch Stadium. He had a total of 70 home runs for the season, 4 home runs ahead of Sosa's record of 66. Number 17, super shot by Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson's name took the limelight in baseball after his game-winning home run during the 1951 National League. The playoff game between the Dodgers and Giants is considered today as the most famous game in the history of baseball. Number 16, 100 points in a single game. Considered by the NBA as one of its greatest games, the playoff between Philadelphia Warriors and the New York Knicks on March 2, 1962 in Pennsylvania left Wilt Chamberlain under the limelight after he scored 100 points and won the gold for his team. He was hailed by spectators as the hero of that night. Number 15, last-second kickoff. The college football game between the University of California Golden Bears and the Stanford University Cardinals on November 20, 1982 made history after a last-second kickoff return that led to the victory of the former. This wild game is considered one of the most memorable college football games ever played in history. Number 14, Jesse Owens' debunking of an Aryan myth. During the reign of Adolf Hitler in Nazi Germany, Africans were portrayed as inferior because of the concept of Aryan racial superiority. Even African athletes at that time were discriminated because of the concept. To the dismay of the Third Reich, Jesse Owens, an African American, brought the U.S. home 4 gold medals, thereby proving the Aryan philosophy wrong. Number 13, 8 medals in 1 Olympic event. Athlete Michael Phelps won a total of 8 gold medals during the 2008 Summer Olympics, setting the record for the most number of medals won in a single sports event. The record set by Phelps surpassed the record made by Mark Splitz, who once made 7 medals in 1 Olympics event. Number 12, Michael Jordan's final basket. With 5 NBA MVP awards, Michael Jordan is arguably the best player to play basketball. During the NBA Finals in 1998, the Chicago Bulls, his team at that time, led the series 3-2 but trailed the last game 86-85 with 10 seconds left. He scored 2 points at the last second of the game, clinching a momentous victory for the Bulls. Number 11, Miracle on Ice. In 1980, the U.S. hockey team defeated the All-Star Soviet team, an incredible feat considering the fact that the U.S. team was made up of amateur and collegiate players. Today, this event is known as the Miracle on Ice and is heralded as the greatest hockey sports moment of the 20th century. Number 10. Mike Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear. One of the most controversial yet spectacular events in the history of sports was when boxer Mike Tyson bit off the ear of his opponent, Evander Holyfield, at the end of the third round. He removed a piece of the ear, which was actually found on the ring at the end of the fight. Number 9. King beats Riggs in support of women. Sometime in May 1973, the 55-year-old Bobby Riggs defeated the top-ranked female tennis player Margaret Court. This victory led Riggs to brag about his victory and even taunted female tennis players. This led Billie Jean King to take him on. King defeated Riggs, a crushing blow to Riggs' ego, but a welcome retribution for female players at that time. Number 8. 5.5 years on tennis's throne. Most people would say that victory is short-lived, but this did not apply to Pete Sampras, whose time on tennis's throne lasted 5.5 years. His Grand Slam record was taken by Roger Federer following his 5th year. Number 7. Infamous headbutt of Zidane. There's more to the popularity of Zinedine Zidane than just his being one of the hailed national heroes of France. During the World Cup Finals in 2006, the biggest sporting stage on earth, the famous midfielder headbutted his opponent Marco Materazzi of Italy and got a red card for having done so. His team lost 5-3. Number 6. Germany's victory in the 1954 World Cup. During the 1954 World Cup held in Bern, an underdog German team trounced the Hungarian team, bringing much jubilation to the Germans. Historians have considered the victory a key event that paved the way for the restoration of Germany's national pride following the Nazi era, signaling the reintegration of the country in the world community. Number 5. Yao Ming joins the NBA. Yao Ming was the first international basketball player from China without any experience in a U.S. college basketball league to have ever been picked to play for the NBA. In 2002, he was chosen by Rockets to play because of his height, which makes him a potential Hall of Famer. His enlistment in the NBA bridged the gap between the Basketball Association and China. Number 4. Tonya Harding conspiracy. Renowned skater Nancy Kerrigan had the worst performance of her life during the 1994 Olympics, after somebody near the arena hit her right in her leg while dancing. After the competition, it was revealed that one of her rivals, Tonya Harding, made a plan to have her ex-husband take her out. Number 3. Legitimization of women's sports in America. It was never a smooth ride for the female soccer athletes of America when they endeavored to legitimize female sports in the U.S. During the final of the World Cup in 1999, the members of the U.S. women's soccer team, more popularly known as the Soccer Moms, marched their way to the arena to voice out the legitimization of female sports. Number 2. Soccer War. The preliminary soccer match for the 1970 FIFA World Cup between El Salvador and Honduras in 1969 aggravated the existing tension between the two states. The La Guerra de Football, more commonly known as the Soccer War, lasted for 4 days and left over 1,000 people dead. Although the nickname Football War implies that the conflict was due to a football game, the causes of the war go much deeper. The roots of the war were issues over land reform in Honduras and immigration and demographic problems in El Salvador. And number 1. 130 bases stolen in one season. Popularly known as the Man of Steel, Rickey Henderson is the only baseball outfielder who was able to steal over 100 bases in just a span of a season. He received a unanimous vote to the Hall of Fame after he was able to steal 130 bases in 1982. Henderson had more stolen bases than some teams have ever had in an entire season.
If you liked the video you just saw, then consider clicking on the button at the top right to subscribe. Also, check out our other popular videos, 25 places that look like they're from another planet, and 25 facts you always thought were true but aren't. If you're still itching for more, go ahead and check out our website at list25.com for a whole bunch of cool lists.